Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something that applies to literally almost every physical business out there, the actual physical environment where a sale happens. We're looking at a blueprint to conversion, straight from the architectural design experts at Letter 4. We're going to see how designing a great retail space isn't just about making things look pretty. It's actually a highly calculated tool for maximizing your profitability. So think about it for a second. What exactly makes a customer walk in, stay, and actually spend their hard-earned money? Let's step into the shoes of a shopper. Imagine you're standing right at the front doors of a retail store. What is it that pushes you across that threshold? And what keeps you browsing instead of, just doing a 180 and walking right back out? Well, we're going to take the abstract idea of architecture and translate it into a direct, measurable customer journey so you can see exactly how a physical space dictates buyer behavior. To do that, we'll be following the customer's physical path right through the store. First up, the face of your brand. Then curating the visual experience. Third, illuminating your space. Fourth, designing for customer flow. And finally, the blueprint for success. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the face of your brand. According to the folks at Letter 4, when you're dealing with retail space, less is actually highly profitable. Imagine walking into a shop where the products are just chaotic, piled up to the ceiling. It creates this instant subconscious anxiety, right? And honestly, it actively repels spending. Now, contrast that with a clean, curated layout. Defining product areas clearly doesn't just look polished and professional, it silently guides the customer. It makes finding exactly what they want totally effortless. Your physical space absolutely has to reflect your brand identity. You can see this essential visual toolkit in action when things like logos, brand colors, and consistent fonts all work together to unify a room. And hey, if your brand is high-end, you've got to select authentic materials that elevate the space. It sends a very clear subconscious signal to the buyer. The quality of the room you're standing in matches the high quality of the items you're buying. Moving right along to section 2, curating the visual experience. The experts at Letter 4 highlight this really simple but incredibly powerful concept. The retail store is the face of the brand. This is where your customers experience your business firsthand. Every single judgment they make, whether it's about your online presence, your customer service, or the quality of your products, it's all anchored by their real-time experience right there inside that physical room. And here's the kicker. You actually control that judgment through color, texture, and materials. An experienced architect knows how to weave these 3 features together to silently communicate value. It's not just about what looks pretty on the surface. It's about how the tactical feel of the materials drives a lasting, positive perception of quality in the shopper's mind. Okay, that brings us to section 3, illuminating your space. Honestly, lighting is absolutely everything, and going to either extreme is incredibly dangerous for your bottom line. Just look at the difference here. On one hand, blinding harsh light creates this awful glare. It makes customers squint, feel completely uncomfortable, and honestly, it just makes them want to walk right out. But then, on the other hand, having too little light makes a space feel neglected or like it might even be closed. Both of these extremes instantly break the customer's engagement with your merchandise. So the solution? It's all about finding that perfect balance. The ideal retail lighting is bright, but it has to be entirely even. Letter 4 highly recommends maximizing natural light through large windows or skylights, and then supplementing that with artificial fixtures to completely eliminate any hot spots or glare. When your lighting is perfectly balanced, your products are literally going to look their absolute best. Now let's dive into section 4, designing for customer flow. Think of your store's layout as a literal map, specifically designed to optimize flow. It all starts with a welcoming, open entrance. Next, you absolutely need a clear path with plenty of room for customers to move around freely. Third, your visually appealing displays have to bring products within easy reach because you want to encourage that physical interaction. And finally, the ultimate goal, an uncluttered, super easy to find checkout area. You want to remove literally all the friction from the actual purchase. Within that flow, the micro details matter immensely. Changing rooms, they need to be super comfortable and inviting. High traffic display areas, they must always be well stocked. Why? Because a customer should never, ever have to hunt around for what they want. Any kind of friction kills sales, while comfort and immediate availability actively drive them. It's a total game changer. Which brings us to our final section, section 5, the blueprint for success. Ultimately, it all boils down to this. A successful design doesn't guarantee a successful business, but it sure does help. Implementing these core principles, Simplicity, consistent branding, smart lighting, and frictionless flow turns a functional room into a highly profitable one. Make no mistake, great design is a massive, tangible competitive advantage. So I want to leave you with this question. How does your current space actually reflect your brand? I want you to take a hard, critical look at your own storefront, or, even your favorite local shop next time you're there. Is the lighting inviting? Is the flow effortless? Does the physical material actually match the price tag on the products? The blueprint to conversion is sitting right in front of you. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.